Welcome back to my channel. Today we will learn about one of the most devastating and emotionally charged issues currently unfolding in CBS's The Bold and the Beautiful. This storyline represents the kind of deep family conflict that has made the soap opera a beloved staple of daytime television for decades. What begins as a concerned family member trying to protect her loved ones quickly spirals into a catastrophic series of events that will change relationships forever. The plot we're discussing today involves betrayal, broken trust, family loyalty, and the painful consequences that follow when secrets come to light in the most unexpected and damaging ways possible. The setup: Ivy's discovery and her moral dilemma. Our story begins with Ivy Forrester, a character who has always been deeply invested in protecting her family's reputation and maintaining the honor of the Forrester name. Ivy returns home with something weighing heavily on her heart and mind. She has witnessed something that she believes has compromised the integrity and trust within her own household. According to what Ivy has observed, there was an inappropriate and illicit encounter between two people who should have never been in such a situation together. This discovery has left Ivy feeling conflicted, angry, and burdened with a secret that she believes cannot and should not be kept hidden from the people who need to know the truth. The incident that Ivy witnessed allegedly took place in the living room of the family home, a space that is meant to be a sanctuary of comfort and trust for everyone who lives there. The fact that this betrayal occurred in such an intimate family space makes the transgression feel even more personal and violating to Ivy. She is not someone who typically enjoys gossiping or spreading rumors, but in this case, she genuinely believes that the people involved and the people affected by this situation deserve to know what has happened. Ivy is convinced that her role as a family member obligates her to speak up and expose what she has seen. The weight of knowledge: Ivy's internal struggle. As Ivy waits for the right moment to deliver this life-altering information, she struggles with the gravity of what she is about to do. She knows that revealing what she has witnessed will cause tremendous pain and suffering to at least one person that she cares deeply about. However, she also believes that staying silent would be a form of betrayal in itself. She feels trapped between two impossible choices: remain silent and let a lie continue to poison relationships, or speak up and risk becoming the messenger who delivers unbearable heartache. This internal conflict consumes Ivy's thoughts and emotions as she prepares herself mentally and emotionally for the conversation she knows will change everything. Ivy's attitude throughout this period is marked by profound seriousness and righteous anger. She is not angry at herself or questioning her decision to come forward. Rather, she is angry at the people who have betrayed the trust that was placed in them. She views her upcoming revelation as an act of protection for her family, even though she knows intellectually that it will feel like a devastating blow to the person who will receive this information. In her mind, the temporary pain caused by the truth is preferable to the long-term damage that would result from allowing such a betrayal to continue unchecked. The preparation Ivy plans her disclosure. Not wasting a single moment, Ivy begins to formulate her strategy for how she will present this information. She knows that simply blurting out an accusation would not be effective or fair to anyone involved. Instead, she decides to prepare a detailed report of everything she witnessed, breaking down the events moment by moment, gesture by gesture, and word by word. She plans to describe the scene with as much specificity as possible, leaving no room for doubt or confusion about what she observed. Every detail will be carefully documented in her mind and then articulated with precision to ensure that the recipient of this information understands the full extent of what has transpired. The person who will receive this information is Electra, a young woman who has her own right to know the truth about the people closest to her. Ivy has chosen Electra as the recipient of this revelation for several reasons. First, Electra is directly affected by the betrayal that Ivy has witnessed. Second, Electra is family, and Ivy believes that family members have a responsibility to look out for one another, even when that means delivering painful truths. Third, Ivy trusts that Electra will handle this information in a mature and appropriate manner, even if that handling will initially involve significant emotional turmoil. The alleged betrayal: Dylan and Will's infidelity. At the heart of this storyline lies an accusation of infidelity involving two men, Dylan and Will. According to Ivy's account, these two individuals were engaged in an inappropriate romantic or physical encounter right there in the family's living room. For Electra, Will represents her romantic partner, the person she has chosen to trust with her heart and emotions. The thought that Will would betray her in such a blatant and disrespectful way is not something that Electra has ever seriously contemplated. She has built a life and a future with Will, making plans and nurturing a relationship that she believed was solid and built on mutual love and commitment. The revelation that Will may have been unfaithful, and moreover that he may have been unfaithful with someone as significant as Dylan, represents a multi-layered betrayal. It is not simply a matter of romantic infidelity. It is also a question of where his loyalties lie and what his actions say about his character. If Will is capable of such a betrayal, what does that mean for Electra's trust in him? What does it mean for their future together? These are the questions that will torment Electra. Once she learns the truth from Ivy, the emotional bomb Electra receives the news. When Electra returns from San Francisco having completed her work and looking forward to reconnecting with her loved ones, she has no idea that her entire world is about to be shattered. Ivy wastes no time in pulling Electra aside to share what she has witnessed. The conversation takes place in a private setting, away from the ears of other family members who might overhear and become involved in the drama that Ivy is about to unleash. Ivy describes in meticulous detail the scene she witnessed between Dylan and Will in the living room. She does not soften the blow or try to cushion the impact with gentle language or qualifying statements. Instead, she lays out the facts as she saw them, painting a vivid picture of infidelity and betrayal. Every word that Ivy speaks is like a dagger thrust into Electra's heart, piercing through the walls of trust and security that she has built in her relationship with Will. Electra listens in horror and disbelief as her aunt describes the encounter. At first, she may try to convince herself that there must be some misunderstanding, some innocent explanation for what Ivy claims to have witnessed. But as Ivy continues with her detailed recounting, leaving no room for alternative interpretations, Electra is forced to confront a reality that she never wanted to face. The man she loves, the man she has committed her heart to, has allegedly betrayed her in one of the most painful and humiliating ways possible. The shattering of trust, Electra's heartbreak. The impact of Ivy's revelation on Electra is nothing short of catastrophic. Her heart, which had been filled with hope and love for Will, begins to crack and splinter. The physical sensation of heartbreak is very real for Electra. It is not merely an emotional abstraction, but a genuine physical pain that radiates throughout her entire body. She feels betrayed not only by Will, but also by the universe itself, for allowing her to place her trust in someone who is capable of such cruelty. Electra's heartbreak is compounded by the fact that she has invested so much of herself in this relationship. She has made sacrifices, taken risks, and opened herself up emotionally to Will in ways that she has not done with other people. She has believed in him and believed in their future together. The revelation that Will has been unfaithful suggests that all of that investment, all of that vulnerability, was built on a foundation of lies and deception. The pain that Electra experiences is not a momentary sadness that will pass quickly. Rather, it is a deep, searing pain that seems to penetrate to the very core of her being. She questions everything she thought she knew about Will and about their relationship. She wonders how long the infidelity has been going on. She wonders if there are other betrayals that she does not yet know about. She wonders if Will was ever truly honest with her about anything. The questions multiply and spiral, each one adding another layer of pain to an already unbearable situation. The immediate aftermath, Electra confronts Will. Electra does not sit with her pain in silence. Instead, she decides that she must confront Will directly and hear from him what he has to say about these allegations. She may hope that he will deny everything, that he will explain away Ivy's observations as a misunderstanding or a misinterpretation of innocent events. She may desperately want to believe that there is some way that this situation can be resolved and that her trust in Will can be restored. However, Electra has made a decision even before she speaks to Will. She has decided that she cannot continue in a relationship with someone who has violated her trust in such a fundamental way. Whether Will admits to the infidelity or attempts to deny it, Electra has resolved in her heart that their relationship must come to an end. The betrayal is too great, the violation of trust too complete for her to simply forgive and move forward as if nothing has happened. The breakup, Electra ends the relationship. When Electra confronts Will with the information that Ivy has provided, she makes it clear that her decision has already been made. She is breaking up with him, and she is not interested in hearing lengthy explanations or desperate pleas for forgiveness. Will, understanding that he is about to lose Electra, attempts to hold on to the relationship. He tries to defend himself or explain his actions. He may apologize profusely and beg for another chance. He may argue that what happened was a mistake, a moment of weakness that meant nothing and that he would never repeat. But Electra is not moved by Will's attempts to save the relationship. Her decision is final and absolute. She has been hurt too deeply, betrayed too thoroughly to consider giving Will another opportunity. The trust that is fundamental to any loving relationship has been shattered, and Electra does not believe that it can be repaired. Even if Will were to spend the rest of his life trying to make amends and earn back her trust, Electra knows that she would never feel the same way about him again. The relationship that once seemed so full of promise and potential is now over. The ripple effects, how this betrayal affects others. While Electra's heartbreak is the most immediately visible consequence of Ivy's revelation, the effects of this betrayal do not stop there. The breakdown of Electra and Will's relationship sends shockwaves through the entire Forrester family dynamic. Other family members become aware of what has happened and they begin to take sides or pass judgment on the various parties involved. Some may support Electra in her decision to break up with Will, affirming that she made the right choice by refusing to tolerate infidelity. Others may feel sympathetic toward Will, or question whether the situation was handled properly. Furthermore, the incident between Dylan and Will also has serious ramifications for Dylan. Depending on Dylan's relationship status and existing commitments, this infidelity may also result in broken relationships and shattered trust. The consequences of this betrayal are far-reaching and affect multiple people in interconnected ways. What began as a single moment of weakness or poor judgment has now become a full-blown crisis that impacts the lives of everyone in the Lee Forrester household. Ivy's role: protector or destroyer. As the situation unfolds, Ivy must grapple with her own complex emotions about her role in these events. She convinced herself that she was doing the right thing by revealing the truth, that she was protecting her family and upholding their honor. However, now that she has witnessed the devastation caused by her revelation, she may question whether she made the right decision. Did she have to tell Electra what she saw? Could she have handled the situation differently? These questions may weigh on Ivy's conscience even, as she continues to believe that revealing the truth was the morally correct action. Some family members may criticize Ivy for speaking up, arguing that she should have minded her own business or found a more diplomatic way to address the situation. Others may praise her for her courage and integrity in coming forward despite knowing the pain it would cause. Ivy finds herself caught between conflicting assessments of her actions, and she must navigate the emotional fallout of being the person who set these